He said recording, so go.
Call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Have we got a volunteer secretary?
Oh, we got that again, don't we? Okay. Anybody want to take notes for me?
Lisa doesn't like my notes.
To send them to her.
Oh, you can
just
take
leave 'em
them to
here.
her. That's what we do. Just take it up to her office.
Oh, I did that once and she told me, you better get a computer up and running so I can send you a format.
Okay. There's that, I guess. Ron, will you help me out?
What?
Neighbor?
Take roll
Take the
call.
roll call minutes for us.
I can take the roll call.
Okay.
Okay, and then just follow through from there. Then we'll be good. It's not too bad this time.
Okay, well, we'll start with Dick Seaboth,
Here?
Keith Rowland,
Here.
Larry Mack,
Here.
John Warwick,
Yes.
Carolyn Marty,
Here.
and Elaine Holla,
Here?
and Tom Schmitz.
Here.
Okay.
Don't leave out the mayor.
Oh, okay, the mayor.
Present.
Okay, approval for the minutes. Is everybody, has everybody read the minutes?
Yep.
Okay, so if there's any corrections, otherwise I'll get a motion to approve them.
I'll offer motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Financial report, there really no changes. There's no changes at all, so I'll entertain a motion to accept the financial report.
I'll make that motion.
A second?
I'll set.
Motion has been made and a second to approve them. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, motion carried. All right, our exchange program. We do have an issue. The outbound is fine. Everything seems to be working pretty good there. Inbound, we have a problem. We need somebody to handle or take in our inbound intern for the first 6 weeks. Both Dick and I have been making numerous phone calls all to the same end. We are still looking for one. I did even actually talk to Jane and Jim to see how, but she's gone. That's the problem. She goes to summer camp. She's in the National Guard. So she's gone, and he said it wouldn't be appropriate for him to be there alone with, an intern. So we need somebody. If anybody has anybody, well, I've talked to Ron and I've talked to like Vicky Roloff and those and a few other people, and so far, no luck. So if there's anybody that anybody knows that can take her that first 6 weeks, please let us know. We're kind of down on the deadline now. We're getting really close, so.
Maybe, could we have Lisa send out to the Friends of the Commission and maybe put it on Facebook? that we're-
It's been
It's
on
been on
KUJ.
I can ask her.
Philson's done his job there.
KNEJ again?
It's been on a
Yeah,
lot.
Okay.
yeah, Brian has been very helpful with.
Marketing.
Yeah, with getting the information out there. It's just, I think it basically needs a one-on-one, you have to kind of just talk to them if they hear it on the radio. Some of them really take it serious, and I can thank Brian. I've got the flower watering crew full, but we need this one person willing to step up and take the first 6 weeks that she's going to be here.
Have we had anybody inquire at all or not?
Nobody really inquired to me.
Okay.
We had some names that people had brought up that we called, and They just decided no, that they couldn't do it for numerous reasons. Some are actually as health reasons. They're not doing well, but I would really love to find somebody willing to do that.
We've got some possible thoughts, but right now, we are far from the finish line, so
Yeah.
hopefully something will happen this week. But don't let an idea go unresearched.
Did you talk to Gary Klemick at all? That's the name that popped up this afternoon for me. I don't know if he would be interested or not.
I don't know, I know,
If you have his,
one of his daughters is back home now, so I don't know if that would work.
Yeah. If you have his phone number, why don't you give that to me, and I'll give him a call and see if I can talk to him too yet. But don't, please just go find if you can find somebody, great. Yeah, it's in the subcommittee, had their meeting on the 24th for the work site, and that we've got. She does have a position with the Park and Rec, so she's going to be working with them for the summer in numerous different things. And I'm not exactly sure. Somebody was talking, she'll be at the pool. Evidently, she's got a lifeguard certificate, so she might be helping out as a lifeguard and doing some other things for the city and in their office and trying to get things lined up. And she's a backup for my flower watering group, so if I need her, I can get her on the cart and away we go. But
Okay.
so, but they're kind of spreading her out around their whole thing, which is good. I think that she'll get see a little bit of everything. And it'd be really they're real flexible as far as if she needs to go and, talk to a group, then that won't be an issue. They can just she'll be able to just take off.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so thank the Park and Rec. They're helping. So that solved that problem.
We've got the vehicle all set?
I talked to him quite a while ago already. Shanghaied him at bowling one night. It's hard to say no when you're standing around a whole bunch of people that are buying cars. So, yeah, he said, no, we'll do it. Not a problem. He said, just stop out again. So I'll stop out and we'll get the paperwork ready and get that to Lisa, and then we'll have to sign that and get all that taken care of. But,
The insurance certificate over to them and
yeah, it's not really a big deal. It only takes a little road work on my part, and other than that, it's nothing serious.
And July 1st, she lands, so we may need some pickup service. So if there's someone that is willing to make an airport run, we'll,
July 1st?
yep. That's her,
Yeah, that's right. That is her date coming in. We don't know the time, but
no, not that, no, not yet.
Lisa might know. I'll check with her. I gotta talk to her tomorrow anyway. Okay. Old business. Updating the video on UCAT. Has anybody looked at it lately?
I don't get it.
Okay, since I'm gonna be calling Gary.
Gary was working on it, so.
Yeah, I'll
I'll
ask him.
That's your door opener.
Yep. That'll get me in the door, UCAT, and then we'll see where we go from there. So I will give him a call this week. Broadstand. Okay, I got a list here.
I just looked at it, it's not very many,
This is the latest.
that's what I had saw too, yeah.
Yeah, there's not very many that have signed up. So
Long way away.
I'll put my name.
Yeah, I know it's a long ways away. It's hard to always go that far, but it's kind of nice if it's,
Yeah, you have to book it in early, I think.
yeah, a little bit.
Well, I'll put my name down for the first, that Wednesday from 3 to 6.
Pass it
So
around.
I'll probably be there about 3:15 though, but.
Yeah, I know, my sister said she would help too, so.
Wasn't she on the list? She's on with me in the morning.
I've got all the signage, that's all, at least now it's all in one place, I hope. Should all be up in, upstairs. So the date before that, I'll stop and I'll pick that up from Lisa, and then I'll get that out there in the morning that shows that it's us, and,
Okay, are you doing the roaster?
yep. Yep, we'll get the roaster. I did see that, they are doing it out front again, so that's the good news. Not that, well, I had told them if it was back in that back corner, we weren't interested, and she says, nobody else is either. So evidently, if they were gonna do the broad stand, it was gonna be in the front, so. But they got everything set up again, normal to the way it's been for years, so that should bring the profits up a little. Okay, and we've got July 31st and August 21st.
Both signed up.
Those are the two dates that we've got. Are there any questions? Other than we need help, but. All right, the next thing would be the Children's German Day Camp.
Yeah, I have
German.
I have bad news about that.
Okay.
Okay, so I was gone during the time. Did we have a teacher at one time and then not have a teacher? Is that why we decided to do it? Yes, we've never had a teacher. We just wanted to do it.
We had one that was interested in it from the college, Scharf.
Yeah.
And she sounded really like she was really into it. Now, what happened with her work or whatever, I don't know.
Because I had a contact. I went to the college and I wrote the Catholic school and I wrote the public school. And I did one other thing. I can't remember what it was. So I did 3 different places. And I actually talked to a teacher, Engel somebody. He's the German teacher from...
Well, right?
Yeah, and he's delightful and charming. But, it's kind of late now. He said he has a lot of things going on and, now at this time, and he didn't know if he had time to work it in. Plus, did anybody pick a date on it? I saw that today it said something about maybe during Heritage Fest. Not Heritage Fest, but the very last. Yeah. Are we thinking about that date? I don't think I can get him. I don't think I can talk him into it this year. But maybe if we told him early enough, we could get him for next summer. It seems as though it's a little late to be.
Yeah,
Booking
I guess I
teachers.
was kind of surprised because she had the whole layout, because she had done it before, so.
Yeah, it would be
I
great.
just want to clarify, I talked to her personally, and she said she was asked to share the information, but she had never made a commitment to actually doing the instructions, so I think there was a miscommunication.
Oh, okay.
Because she was willing to come here and share the information to anybody interested, but she said she could never commit to, or she couldn't have committed to do that program.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
And there was a misunderstanding there.
I think there was a misunderstanding, yeah.
I think at this point, we go for next year.
I agree.
It's just,
I don't know who else to ask. Tom and I talked about it. the
no,
other
and
day.
if he's interested and, let's do it next year then. At least we can get the program
We
going.
really need to get that laid out during the winter.
Absolutely,
And
100%.
so when it's put to bed, we can advertise it in the Park and Rec brochure that comes out and da-da-da-da-da. That's how you get the word out. So we have to have everything locked in by March.
Got it.
Well, could we,
Even before March, in my opinion. To get a commitment from an instructor, we should start in the fall.
Yeah.
November, December is my experience.
When would you take or how do you get the students to come to that? How do you know how many kids you're gonna have?
What do we
So
do?
when you get is it?
I don't know. We had about 40, I think, I think Kurt did a lot of the PR. Kurt Wittmershausen did a lot of that PR stuff and got a bunch of them there. One year it was maybe 20 and another year it was like 35. Those are the only 2 years that I did it. I think the teacher I talked to from public high school would be interested in it next year. I think I could talk him into it. And
do you think we can get him in contact with the Sharfs so we can kind of get a
get
outline?
the stuff together. That
And
would be
just
a
start the
really good idea.
communication and
Does she
report
work at the
back
school?
and,
Does she
know.
work at MLC? The Sharp woman?
Yes,
Yes,
but she's not teaching, but she's on staff. I think she does recruiting.
Well, I have a friend up there who works the main office, and she's my contact, and she's gotten back to me a couple of times about a couple of different ideas, but nothing has worked out. So, sorry. We would have liked, and Lori found somebody too, but that didn't work either, Lori. So I don't know what to tell you, other than that.
Yeah, I think the one that Lori had talked to was, my granddaughter had taken some German in high school, and she thought her teacher was really good, so thought maybe he would do it, but guess not.
So Carolyn, what you're saying is we have no instructor for this year,
No,
correct? Just for the
And
minutes.
I don't think there's a place I didn't check to find one. I mean, I think I
Okay.
covered everything that
But
we
as
could.
of right now,
No.
it's okay.
And you can't do, I mean, we can't do anything.
Can you speak into there?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, we definitely do not have one.
Chair and members, I have a couple of comments to add to this. So we may have at least an assistant instructor available annually with the inbound participant. Annika, one of her expertise or interest areas is youth. So I think it should maybe be considered to be, surrounded with the inbound participant to be maybe not the leader coordinator, but certainly a key component. And then, of course, the library and Park and Rec when it comes to youth services. And, of course, the schools, Herr Engeldinger, the Deutsch instructor at Public is great, but I presume, all three schools may have a Deutsch component and/or the college, of course, the college does certainly too. So those are some additional ideas that should be a part of the mix. We may just simply need a coordinator to put it together, and that might not happen until 2025, but now is a good time to begin planning for next year. End of my comments.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
I'll add that into my notes. I like the idea of the student being able to work with that. I think that's a great idea. None of us ever thought of that before.
No,
Well, I don't know if Kurt, maybe when he did it, maybe we didn't have, because we have students like even in the winter sometimes, so that wouldn't work. But usually they came in the fall. The 4 that I had were all in the
they're
fall
a little
time.
later. Okay, that sounds like great ideas. Could I have a motion to not have the German camp this summer?
I would move that we do not have the German camp without a teacher.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. NARN trip to Germany. I'm not exactly sure what, other than, us helping them out, what our involvement really, what are they really looking for from us? Other than to say,
What is
can we help?
helping out?
Yeah, that's what
Well, Keith, I think what I took from it, the conversation from the last meeting was, when they presented, is that if the mayor could help contact, the Rat House in, Ulm, Germany, and kind of, notify them and give them a contact and kind of so that they know that they're coming and maybe possible welcome. I mean, if I understood correctly, maybe the mayor.
I can give you an update as well. I did meet with Vi Floggy again since the meeting here and have contacted our contacts in Ulm. And Vi has asked that we put her in contact with the individual that will be working with that NARN festival. That's why they're going. It's an anniversary year. And then also asked if I could get contact information for the fire department chief, because Jerry is a retired chief. So we are working and getting more details put together for them. What they had not put out there yet was information of whether they're going to invite other people to join the tour and what that might look like. And I'm also looking at the possibility of going, but I wouldn't continue on the entire tour with them and that they're going to be going to other communities for the purpose of visiting with other Naren groups. And I believe it would be beneficial for me to stay in Ulm and Neu-Ulm and do more visiting on behalf of the city. So, I haven't seen any printout or information about the actual tour itself.
Are they covering a mask for you?
Do I need one? I thought this was scary enough. Got Brian, no comment?
I had a comment, but I'll share it with you later, okay?
So I did encourage them if they wanted to, if they had a specific need or request to come back to this body and make that request, whether it's help promoting it or, they didn't really have a clear definition of what it is they were looking for either, the last I met with them.
Well, I think the key is getting in touch with the correct people, and they can work things out. When you're just starting from the top end, and without our door opener, it'll be much more difficult. So I think you've covered the action very well.
Yeah, I would imagine it's kind of new to most of them how to get this thing going, and whereas between this group and your Concord Singers group, they would be able to help quite a bit with it, some advice at least on how to progress with it. So yeah, if that's what they're looking for, yeah, we'd be more than happy to help them out. All right. Budget request. We're into new business. I have here we go. I have the budget request for 2025. Did everybody get to see that? We've got, it looks like we had a total last time of $3,570 that we asked for. It's right now it's left blank as far as if do we need to ask for an increase or, well, we got a councilman and a mayor here, so.
Well, if there's going to be some additional programming, or I think there was once talk about helping out with the stipend for the families too. to
Yes, that
increase
was my
That
big
was-
issue.
That was
I mean-
a conversation, I know.
Right now, right now, we're not really, giving our host families a whole lot of, money to help cut on some of their expenses. If we could maybe give them a little extra too next year, that would be nice. They do, for those that did, have done it, they're spending a considerable amount of money generally.
I didn't know that we ever had, because we never
$25.
requested any.
That's what unless they've changed it, $25 is what we got at the end
I
of
think
each year.
we changed it last year. I believe it was, didn't we change it to, I can't remember now exactly. I'd have to go look it back up. But we did increase it last year because, we weren't even covering gas, for that kind of money. I thought we went to like the 100, but I'm not sure. It sounds familiar for me. I'd have to go back through the records and find out. But I don't know if we got any other bigger plans. Otherwise, do we want to keep it at that, $3,500 or whatever?
Well, Mr. Chair, 2 points. First of all, with the, any stipend that is offered to a host family, please check the minutes from last year and bring it up again. It's certainly not a make or break issue when you have a host family that's interested. It's a nice surprise at the end of the program. So I don't think it's integral in making it all happen by any stretch, but it's nice to have. And if what really are our expenses on our outbound trainee, because that's really where our expenses are.
Yep.
The cost of the flight and that sort of thing. So probably the 3,500 is going to cover it.
I would agree with what Dick says with the funding. We still have about $8,000 in our account yet, so, and if we have a good brat sale, and we might be just sitting just fine.
Well, and it looks like we have 87% of this year's request remaining, but I don't know, like you say, what is the inbound, or what are they
Yeah.
related to the inbound? Some of you know better than I, but
Yeah.
at this point, it doesn't look as if.
Well, we haven't taken out a ticket yet, and, yeah. So,
Yeah, our big expense comes when that intern gets here.
No, it's the other way around. When we send our
Ours out, yeah, ours
that's where
going
the
out.
expenses.
Yeah, the tickets and stuff. Yes, sir.
Chair and Commissioners, I have a few more comments on this topic. First of all, I would question if we had 28, 25 in this year's budget for the Hancios program. What did we spend last year and the year before? I mean, how does that compare to our needs or our actuals would be one question. And then beyond that, it's what's new or different or special in 2025 as opposed to this year. And I would say one might be the Youth Day Camp. The Youth Day Camp might come with additional expenses that we don't have in '24. The Narin trip, if we're able to assist in a financial way, or that's something new in '25. This host family suggestion, I think, is valid. So those are my 4 comments or questions related to next year's requested budget.
Our budget request has to be in by when, Mr. Chair?
I believe it's in June.
I think it's in the
It doesn't say on here.
June 1st, something like that?
June 28 is the deadline for budget request. It's in the agenda.
Oh.
we can table it tonight and
I
think
think we
about
should
it,
get this,
and
get the
then-
facts, get the information to make an informed decision, please.
table it to bring it back to the June meeting.
That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, the June meeting is June 3rd. Yeah, the deadline is the 28th.
I'll second Larry's motion.
We have a motion to postpone until,
Table.
or table till next meeting. And there's a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Any announcements? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion to adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Meeting adjourned.